Okay, guys, quick little update. It is Tuesday, the 17th. We are moving right along. So, next is masking, and we'll start that here in a little bit. It's late in the afternoon, so we might only get a little bit done of it, but masking will be a lot of masking tomorrow as well. And then hopefully we should be able to start putting some paint on the building tomorrow. Thursday will be paint, and then of the main body. And then Friday, hopefully, unless we run into anything weird, will be trim and windows and stuff like that, which indoors and so forth. We're also going to start working on cleaning the stain off those windows today too. So this kind of gives you an idea of what we do. It's paramount for the prep to be sealed. So for us, we caulk in all the crease lines on the building. Very important, you don't want water in, because water will ruin a lot of the paint, so the main idea is to seal everything up. So you'll notice we seal every window. We get all the windows and stuff. So you might see some of the materials we use. We use 45-year siliconized caulking, but unfortunately sometimes when we buy cases of it, they'll say, we're out of brilliant white, we only have brown. And it's the same exact material, it's just in a different color. So that's kind of why you're seeing some of this. We just have a huge bucket filled with tubes of caulking, and we pull out of that. So sometimes people often ask us, like, what the heck? It's blue, it's green, it's brown, and it's all the same stuff. But that's kind of how we do it. So we go through and we address any of the larger cracks and stuff like that. Obviously, any of the windows around everything, kind of like this, all the crease lines of the building, very important. They must be sealed. We don't want water sneaking in any of these. And then we get pretty heavy on some of this outside stuff. There are some pretty heavy cracks and so forth. So we kind of get through there and we work on a lot of that. So also with the checking on the building, we use a product called XIM Peel Bond, which is this product right here. It is pretty much the best product money can buy for stopping checking of wood and drying of wood. It's extremely expensive, but it's an amazing product. But the only problem that we often run into when we deal with homeowners is they say, hey, in the contract you stated that you were going to use primer, and in the video we don't see any primer. But the problem with that for us is that the XIM Peel Stop, being the best primer, is completely translucent once it dries. So you see it drying. So we often, like this beam right here, we're going to paint this beam in to match so it looks like it wasn't replaced, and that's been primed. If you look close, you can see how it's starting to dry, but that's been primed. And like this guy here, that's still wet with it, and that will dry. And so that's kind of part of the thing. So we let people know, and I'll show you another aspect of that up above. But we kind of let people know so they see that we do prep everything. Like we brush this whole thing because this stain is not good to put paint over. So we had to rub primer on almost everything. So here's a prime example. This is 2 coats of the Peel Bond, actually almost 2 gallons of material. And so it doesn't appear to have any product on it until you get close and look. And then you kind of see there's a heavy shine, and you see where it stops and goes. So we are priming. We are not skimping on any of our materials. If you skimp on the prime, you skimp on the prep, you pay for it with the paint. And I'd much rather prime properly, prep properly, than paint 3 coats when you can only do 2. So you can tell, I'm going to zoom in, you can tell up here the wood all done. You can tell those beams were scraped and primed, and they're still drying. This wall got a couple coats of that primer as well. I'm hoping that wall really comes out nice when we're done. I mean, that's the huge thing you see right when you pull up. So obviously here's the brown caulking. There's some black caulking up there too, but that's kind of what we do out there. We even have that beam up there. We can see that there. We caulk that in, that huge crease. On the actual deck, door was primed, so it's ready. We've got a couple spots in here, obviously all the caulking. I'll slow down, sorry. all the caulking is done. So now the masking aspect, we've been re-nailing some boards, trying to get everything set back in, trying to get all, and then we even, you know, stuff like this, corners. So that corner up there was a really bad one, so we managed to get that one clean and scraped and patched. And then, as you can see, all the prep. So that's kind of what we're doing today. Big prep day. We're just throwing everything at it. I'm gonna go down and get a quick view of the other side of that peak, that gable that was really bad, and show you that. And then tomorrow we'll be masking, and we'll start to get paints and so forth out and start getting some colors up on the building. Okay, so up here, as you can see, I've had some pretty extensive work on those beams to get them into the progress. So that's what's going on up there. It does look pretty good. I think it's going to look really good when we're done. So that's where we're at. We are moving right along. Unless we run into anything, we're hoping to be done Friday. You know, I'm very hesitant about being too sure about saying Friday for sure, because you never know what could happen. We have had some weird wind days on this hill. So we've done your neighbors and the neighbor right over here, and obviously the neighbor to your left, and your hill right here on Eldorado can be very interesting. If the wind kicks up, we have a hard time spraying anything in it. But yeah, so far so good. So thank you guys. We'll keep you updated every day, and yeah, so we'll talk soon. Thank you.